This is ACIM, Lesson 146, Review Lessons 131, 132. Welcome, focused learners, to today's explainer. We are looking at what is honestly one of the most transformative, just incredibly liberating review lessons in the entire text of A Course in Miracles. You know, if you've ever felt completely bogged down by your own thoughts, or if finding inner peace feels like this impossible uphill battle, well, today's breakdown is designed exactly for you. We're going to unpack these ancient concepts, strip away all that confusing language, and turn them into clear, actionable insights that you can literally start using today.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. To really get today's review lesson, we first have to look at the foundational anchor thought that sits above everything else we'll be discussing. And that thought is, my mind holds only what I think with God. Now, don't get hung up on the theology here. What this brilliant statement is really asking us to do is to recognize that true, lasting inner peace, it starts with aligning our minds with a higher, totally uncluttered truth. It's the idea that all of our everyday anxieties, our grievances, those endless loops of worry, they aren't actually real or permanent. The only things that are truly real, that have any kind of lasting substance, are the thoughts grounded in love, truth, and peace. Think of this sentence as your ultimate mental filter for the day. And having that mental filter in place sets the perfect stage for the two specific lessons we're reviewing in this explainer. Let's actually read them all out together, exactly as they're written in the text. Lesson 131 states, "No one can fail who asks to reach the truth." And Lesson 132 states, "I loose the world from all I thought it was." Now, these two sentences might seem pretty short, but I promise you, they pack an absolute powerhouse of psychological and spiritual reframing. Our goal today is to demystify these two statements completely. We'll see exactly how they connect to each other, and way more importantly, how they actually apply to your daily life. So, moving right into Section 1, Reaching the Truth. Here's that first quote again. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. I really want to read that with some warmth because I know so many of us carry around this heavy kind of hidden anxiety whenever we try to better ourselves, whether we're starting a new meditation practice, reading some new self-help book, or honestly just trying to be a more patient parent or a better friend. There's always this nagging fear of failure, right? We worry that maybe we just aren't spiritual enough, or we're doing it wrong, or our minds are just way too chaotic to ever find real peace. Well, this lesson directly addresses that anxiety, and it offers a profound sense of reassurance. What's really interesting here is the stark contrast this sets up. On one side, we have our normal everyday experience, the fear of failure. We spend so much mental energy trying to just get things right in a world that often feels incredibly confusing and demanding. We kind of treat inner peace like it's this difficult test we have to pass, right? Constantly measuring our progress and usually feeling like we're falling short. But on the flip side, we have guaranteed success. The text is making an absolute, unequivocal promise here. It's saying that if your request for the truth is sincere, success isn't just a possibility, it is guaranteed. You literally cannot fail if your genuine intention is to see things truthfully. No way. And I think this brilliantly illustrates how we should actually be thinking about this journey. We so often imagine that reaching the truth requires, breaking down massive, reinforced concrete walls of our own ego. We think it's going to be absolutely exhausting. But the metaphor here is so much simpler. It is merely walking through an open door. The truth isn't hiding from you. It isn't locked away in some high-security vault. It is standing wide open, just waiting for you to have the willingness to take one step forward. You don't have to force it. You just have to ask for it and then walk on through. So what is the action actually required to step through that door? Let's get into Section 2, Losing the World. Let's look at the text for Lesson 132 again. I loose the world from all I thought it was. Now, the word loose here means to unbind, to release, to completely let go. You see, our minds are so often trapped by our old preconceptions. We lug around past hurts, deep-seated biases, and these incredibly rigid judgments about how the world works, how people are, and exactly how our lives are supposed to unfold. We essentially force the world into a straitjacket of our own expectations. And then, we wonder why we feel so constricted and unhappy all the time. Let's compare these two states of mind. First, there's the world you thought it was. This is a perspective completely clouded by personal fears. Listen, if you think the world is a hostile place where everyone is just out to get you, well, that is exactly the world you're going to experience. Your judgments basically become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But then we have the truth. This is the liberating reality we experience the very moment we actively choose to let those judgments go. When you loose the world, you drop those heavy mental storylines you've been clinging to. You give everything and everyone, and that absolutely includes yourself, permission to be completely fresh, new, and totally unburdened by the past.
It's kind of like wiping a foggy window clean. You don't have to go outside and physically rearrange the trees or the sky or the landscape to make the view beautiful. The reality outside is already beautiful and peaceful. The only problem is the fog on the glass, the fog of our own preconceptions and endless judgments. So when we loosen the world from all we thought it was, we're simply taking a cloth and wiping away that layer of fog so we can finally see the truth that was actually always there, right in front of us the whole time. All right, let's talk application in Section 3, your daily practice. The source text is actually very specific about how to build this mental muscle. Your daily practice requires 3 specific things. First, a morning and evening dedication. You want to spend some dedicated, quiet time right when you wake up in the morning and right before your head hits the pillow at night to really review these thoughts. Second, hourly check-ins. These are just brief moments throughout your day to reset your mind. And third, holding that central anchor thought in the background of your mind as you go about your normal business. So let's break down exactly what that hourly check-in looks like, because honestly, this is where the magic happens. Step 1, pause your routine. And look, this doesn't take 20 minutes, it takes 20 seconds. Stop typing, stop scrolling your phone, just take a breath. Step 2, recall your anchor thought. My mind holds only what I think with God. Just clear away that mental clutter. Step 3, apply the lessons. Remind yourself, no one can fail who asks to reach the truth, and then consciously, actively choose to say, I loose the world from all I thought it was. Doing this when you're feeling stressed out or triggered, it's incredibly transformative. It hits the pause button on your ego and instantly opens that door to peace. And let's quickly return to our anchor thought one more time. My mind holds only what I think with God. If your day gets crazy and you forget the specific numbers of the lessons, or if you can't quite remember the exact phrasing of the reviews, just come back to this. Keep this overarching sentence running like a gentle, calming background app in your mind all day long. Let it be the baseline frequency that you operate from. Bringing it all together now in Section 4, Final Lesson Review. Here they are, one final time. I want to reiterate these exact statements just to let their profound simplicity stand on its own for a second. 131, no one can fail who asks to reach the truth. Remember, you are guaranteed success. The door is wide open. And 132, I loose the world from all I thought it was. You have the ultimate power to wipe that fog right off the window and see the world anew, totally without the baggage of your past judgments. So I really want to leave you with this final provocative thought to take with you into the rest of your day. Will you choose to clear the fog and walk through the open door today? The next time you feel a wave of frustration or anxiety, or you feel totally tempted to judge someone harshly, I challenge you to apply this lens shift. Just pause, let go of what you think you know about the situation, and simply ask to see the truth. The results might just feel like a literal miracle. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. I absolutely love breaking down these powerful ideas into structured, accessible tools that we can all actually use in our daily lives. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want more clear, structured explorations of complex topics just like this one, please make sure to like this explainer and subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderfully peaceful, clear-minded day, and I will see you in the next one.